need you to drive the Range Rover. I need you to drive the Range Rover. Like, you know, the same line. So I said, oh, I was like, I don't think that's a good idea for me to be driving your Range Rover. He said, why not? And I went on his page. I said, who's this girl? Who's her? I'm gonna say her name is Jalissa. Who's Jalissa? Who's Jalissa? And he's like, oh my God, those pictures are mad old. Mind you, they were not mad old. Hi guys, this is another story time. Baby, I don't even know, like, I've been trying to do story times, but baby, I don't know, cause y'all, I don't know what y'all want to watch. Alright? So I'm gonna be doing a story time about another dude that I found that had a whole girlfriend family situation, right? Alright, so I'm gonna sit here and tell you the time frame. You know, I always have to tell you how I met the person, where I met the person from, whatever, right? So I met this dude, I'm gonna call him Bill, okay? So when at the time, this is when I was working security, and I was working security by Stacy's, which is in Randolph. It's, you know, the Stacy's chip. That's, I just do security, let people in and out, all that good stuff. This is the time frame that I was cool with my friend, that was locked up, and I was kind of holding him down, all that good stuff, and I used to talk to him all the time. So this is around that time frame when I was cool. If you guys don't know the story, you know, I had a friend that was locked up. He used to date Aisha, this girl. Aisha, guys, you gotta catch up because all these are not real names. He was dating my friend Aisha, and Aisha fell in love with him. He ended up dumping her and whatever. So I was holding him down as my friend because me and him became really cool. We became really close. And then so this is around the time frame, okay? So I didn't meet Billy yet. So this is the time I was talking to Sun, the married guy. So Sun and I was kind of like, we were kind of like, you know, we kind of stopped talking. But because of the fact I started finding out he was married. But Sun is the type of dude, like, he didn't understand that I didn't like him like that. Like, I wasn't into him like that because I was the type of person, like, he was married. I wasn't into that life. I wasn't into the married life. You know, but we became cool. We still was cool. But, you know, he would always try to persuade me, like, oh, I love you so much. I love you so much. But the fact that he just wanted his cake and eat it too, right? So me and Sun, we was cool. You know, Sun would come check on me if I am with, if I'm talking to that dude that I used to be cool with that was locked up. I would talk to him. I would talk to him on the phone. So I used to tell you back in the days, that dude was the dude that my schedule was really like kind of basically based on. So I was always on the phone with him. I was always like, if he called me, I used to just put him as a priority because at the time, like, I really was cool with him. And at the time I was feeling him, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really liked him. So I was always like on the phone with him, you know, whatever. You know, but, you know, he just used me, you know what I'm saying? I had to learn towards the end that, you know, he was just using me. But at that time, that was my homie, that was my dog. But he was just playing the jail game, pretending, you know, oh yeah, I really care for you, blah, 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 you know, whatever. So me and Sun at the time, we was like really cool. But Sun really liked me because of the fact that I found out that he was married. So when I find out stuff about you, I change. So I'm the type of person, if I really like you, I'm really nice. Like, I'm so nice, I'm so sweet. Baby, I will give you the shirt off my back. I'm sweet. Where you deceive me in any way, I don't care. This is when mood swing Tasha come, okay? Baby, I start playing the game, pretending I like you. Oh yeah, I want you, and then treat you like trash. That's how I am. I become a manipulative, mean person. Because the trust is gone. Now I don't trust you anymore. You're a liar to me, and I'm gonna treat you like shit. That's how I am. So when Sun would come around, I still was cool with Sun, but Sun was the type of person, like, he would try to have like his cake and eat it too. and the time that he really kind of felt that I really cared for that dude that was locked up. But he kept saying like, oh, you're only using all of us guys because the fact that you just want to wait for that dude who's locked up. That's why you just pretending. And I used to be like, yeah, you know, because everybody knew he was a priority at the time. That was like my priority. So when I used to work security, I told you Mr. Jones used to still pop up, but that wasn't Mr. Jones' site. I was working somewhere else. But Mr. Jones would pop up here and there. Like I told you, Mr. Jones was in my life for a very, very long time. Mr. Jones would pop up. Mr. Jones would check on me. Hey, Miss Jean, how you doing? How you doing? So he started becoming kind of like a stalker manager. But everybody kind of knew about Mr. Jones because I stalked everybody about Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones would creep up on me like mad weird. Like I'll get a new job and Mr. Jones would pop up and be like, Miss Jean. I'm like, oh my God, like everywhere I went. But Mr. Jones liked me for a minute. Like, yo, at a point Mr. Jones would like express his love for me. But I feel like I was the type of person, like I was really mean to these guys, and these guys would like fall for me. Like, yo, I really like you, whatever, whatever. So when Mr. Jones would pop up at the job, Mr. Jones at the time, he, like, I used to work for, like I told you, I was a sucky security person. Like I sucked at my job, right? So I would be that type of person who would never be at the gate. I would never open the gate. I would walk around. But the fact that I was so cool that everybody started kind of just like cool with me too, because the fact that I was just the type of person like, yo, you know, I'm coming, good morning, good afternoon, and I'll talk to you. Low-key, I feel like every job I went to, I became people's counselors, because people will come up to me and just talk to me and express to me how they feel, or if they're going through stuff with their wives or going through stuff with their kids, they will always come to me and talk. So I kind of started becoming like people's counselors. So when I used to start working when I worked security, like I said, my life kind of revolved around, excuse me, that dude that was locked up. So that dude that was locked up was my best friend at the time. But I used to always tell people about him. Like I used to ask advice about him. I used to talk about him. So I used to be that person, like people, we would just share our feelings, you know what I'm saying, you know, talk, whatever. So I used to have a lot of truck drivers that used to come in and out of my job. So when they would come, you know what I'm saying, people will come and be like, hell, you know, because in my job, this is how it is, like there's a certain time frame for the trucks to be loaded. So but the trucks can't chill. So like, for example, if the appointment is at 3 o'clock, and the people come at 1, you have to turn them away. And what sucks about it is no truck stops. A lot of places don't like you to park. They will call the cops at you, whatever. But thank God the Tedeschi's of the street, they were pretty cool. Like if you're not chilling for too long, they won't bother you. But it's like if you're chilling for hours, of course they're gonna call the cops because it's, you know, your big truck. So that's why I started having understanding for truck drivers, even though they get on my nerve on the highway. But you know, I started having understanding because I started noticing, like, dang, you know, it's really hard being a truck driver, using the bathroom, driving out countless hours, being tired, getting going to certain destinations and they're turning you away. It's a lot, you know, as a truck driver. So I started kind of connecting with my truck drivers, right? So I told you I was the type of person that I was really cool with a lot of people. So at a point, the truck drivers, of course, you know, it was mostly men. So I worked as security. I was the only girl. So it would get to a point that these men would start becoming a little bit obsessive with me. So men would come to the gate and ask my boss, and I had a boss. He was like an older guy, like older. Like that man was like 100 years old, but that man would jump, flip. Yo, he used to do mad extra shit. Like, bro, we weren't that type of security, bro. Like, our security site, we just sat there and made sure we was at the gate so people could come in there. People, he'll be running, he'll flip. He'll be like, yeah, I'm coming. Like, he'd be doing, like, the Olympics, like, just, yeah, he was a fool. And he was really punctual. And you know me, if you know me, I'm always late. So I used to get in trouble a lot with him. And he was very punctual, very about your uniform, very make sure you know, he's bossy. But he was really, like, he was laid back. As long as you do your job, he don't care. You're on time, you come there, he don't have to find coverage for you, he don't care. So I used to really be kind of on my P's and Q's, but the only thing about me, I was late a lot. And I used to always get in trouble because the fact that I was never on like, I never stayed in the booth. So I would always be walking around, talking to people, moving around. So I used to get in trouble a lot. But, you know what I'm saying, besides that, Nah, I sucked. Right, I was a sucky security, and I worked for security for years, bro. And I worked in mad sites, mad sites. That's why I know, like, I know a lot of people, bro, because I worked so many places. So, so I used to have this African guy that used to always come. When he comes, he'll give me money. Like, it's not like he liked me. He just always used to see potential in me. Like, he was the first guy that I met in my life that never tried to have sex with me, but always speak life into me. Always tell me, like, yo, you know, you have a kid, your life is not over. Don't be letting these men play with your mind. You know, just because you this, you that, your life is not this. You're a beautiful girl, but sometimes when you're a beautiful girl, that's not a good thing because a lot of beautiful girls are stupid. Like, yo, he was really, really real with me. You know what I'm saying? He used to always say, you have to understand your life. You know what I'm saying? Beauty's not going to get you nowhere except have little dusty men try to have sex with you. Like, he was very, 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 like, very blunt, right? So I used to love him because when he used to talk to me, he was like the first man that would have real conversations. Well, I had conversations with a lot of older guys, but he was the first guy that would bring life into me. Because you'll meet other guys and they'll ask you about your boyfriend, or they'll ask you like why you don't have a man. You know, it's always the same type of question. But him, he was like the first guy that would bring life into me, that would speak to me, you know, tell me about being a woman. Because, you know, I was young too, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't understand. I didn't understand about relationships, the type of men I was meeting, you know, all that stuff. It comes with age too, you know what I'm saying? So I would like, you know, have conversations with these guys, have, you know, talk to them, tell them about my life, whatever. So I would meet a whole bunch of different people that would come to the gate and just have conversations. But it started becoming a little bit problematic because I was so popular that men would come a lot. Like I'll have different, like, located, be like a rotation. Like, men would come from the corner store. People who used to work at the store would come check on me to make sure I'm okay, if I need anything, if I need any food. I used to have people in the pizza shop, but they weren't like into me. But I mean, like, that's how I was a social butterfly. So I would have mad friends. So, you know, working in a company, everybody's like, oh God, because they'll know when I'm here, because you will see people come. It's like low-key people come, I'll talk, I'll have conversation with them. You know, another truck driver will come, I'll talk and have conversation with them. Another truck driver will come. But until the time frame that my older dude that I was cool with locked up. Everybody knows when that time frame come from 7. I think I used to work from 3 to 11. So from 7 to 9, I would talk to homeboy until, you know, he got, you know, into dating his girlfriend. So but he used to be my time frame. Like, you know, as soon as he come, everybody know, not even come to the booth. Because he used to call me consistently every day. Like, every day. I talked to him every single day, consistently, until, you know, he got with his girlfriend. Right? I would say his wife, because he's married now. With his wife. Right? So I ended up going to the corner store one day, whatever. And there was a dude who comes up to me. He had a nice little Range Rover. And I told you, material things do not impress me. I don't care. Because it's not my car. Like, I don't care. I don't know why people think, oh, he got a nice car. Like, yeah, that's his car. It's not my car. He's like, I don't know. I'm not into that stuff. And I don't care. Right? So he comes. He has his car, whatever. I seen him in the store. And I already know. When guys meet me in the corner store, I always get free food. No lie. Like, it's rare. Like, I don't get my food paid. Because I used to be a girl who used to wear a uniform. And guys would come up to me like, oh, Miss Officer, you want to lock me up? Kid, you know, because I don't know. I felt like something about my uniform used to turn men on. So, I was like at the store or whatever. So he comes up to me and then he goes, he comes up to me and he was like, I don't know, because I used to buy nothing. I used to buy like junk food. Like I told you back in the days, I was very into nutriments and insurance, stuff like that. So I used to just always buy insurance and nutriments. And then he used to come up to me like, you know, he's like, that's all you're going to get? I said, yeah. That's all you're going to get? And he's like, I was like, yeah. He's like, but I'm paying. I said, okay. I'm getting, like I don't know what that was going to do anything. I said, okay. So, he's like, okay. He's like, what do you work at? Like, at first, he paid for it, and that's okay, thank you. I know, at first I was like, no, that's okay, I'll pay, because I already know how men is, especially around here. They pay for you, they think that's, like, oh, I pay for you, okay, you're gonna have to have sex with me. That's how all men are. They're like, that's just how they are. So, he was like, oh, where you work at? And I said, oh, I work over there. And then he was like, oh, for real? He said, what you work? You work in the factory? I said, no, I work security. He said, you security? I said, I don't know. I don't know where to hide me. Like, because I'm, making jokes. He's like, oh, you're funny. You're crazy. He's like, you don't think you can secure anything? I said, no. I said, I can't secure anything. I said, if somebody robbed the place, you think I'm going to let them, I'm going to stay there? Maybe I'm walking away. And he's like, yeah, you're funny, right? He's like, hi, my name is Bill. I said, well, nice to meet you, Bill. So then I think he wanted me to see that his car was a Range Rover. So he keep going beep, 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 beep. So the car could keep making noise. And then I was like, oh, okay. Like, I just ignored him because I told you I'm just petty Betty. So I just ignored it. And I said, okay, nice to meet you. He's like, well, you mind if I can get your number? So I said, I'm not really trying to look for nobody because I told you in my mind at the time I really liked it. What's that dude's name? The dude that got locked up, right? So I was like, oh no, because this is the time from like I really started liking him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, no, yeah, I'm not really trying to look for nobody because I felt like when I dated Sun, I got a snippet taste of like, being with a man, and I didn't really want a man right now. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So he was like, I'm trying to see like if I can get to know you, whatever the case may be, whatever. I was like, yeah, I'm not really looking for somebody right now. I just really want to be by myself. I just got a relationship, yada yada. Even though I didn't really get in a relationship. And then he was like, yeah, I get it. He's like, well, would you mind if I take you on a date? I said, well, I don't really go on dates because I have my kid and I'm always with my kids, even though I really wasn't, because I really had help. I had a lot of help with my daughter. You know what I'm saying? So right now I can sit here and say, yeah. But even though if I call my son's father, like, hey, can you get my son? He'll do it. Sometimes I just like being with my kids. I like knowing my kids are here. You know what I'm saying? Like my son right now is with his father. I'm like, my baby, I miss my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I just like my kids with me. He was like, you mind if I come pick you up? I'll take you on a date. I said, I don't really want to go on a date. But I said, fine, I'll just take your number so I can talk to you, whatever, right? So one of the dudes from the truck drivers was passing by to go down because it's like, for me to go past, it's like the Tedeschi's right here is a pizza shop and I always go down the little hill and my booth is on my left. So I'm like, so I'm trying to look to see like there's no cars waiting because I'm the only person. If they don't have a badge, I have to let the people in. So I'm like looking. So the other dude passed by, one of the truck drivers, and then he says, yeah, she's everybody's crush. She's everybody's crush, right? And the dude, Bill's like, for real? He's like, yeah, she's everybody's crush. She's like, oh, Tasha's a gem, right? And then I said, like, because I'm mad at you. I was like, yeah. I'm everyone's crush. Like, he's like, oh, Tasha. So I tell Bill, I give Bill my number. So I'm talking to the dude that said I'm everybody's crush, whatever, right? And then he's like, yeah, Tasha, I don't see him in your future because he's like, yeah, he's too show-offy. Like, and that's how they all were with me. Like, every time a guy tried to talk to me, the truck drivers would have my back. Like, for real. Like, I don't know. So he's like, yeah, he's too show-offy for you. Like, nah. I said, yeah, whatever. So they'll ask me about, because I told you I used to tell people my business. I talk too much. So I used to tell people my business. So he was asking about the dude that was locked up, like how's he doing, you know what I'm saying? Because I told you I really cared about him. So I used to tell people about him all the time, like, whatever. I was like, yeah, he's doing good. That's my boo. Like I used to always say that, my boo, that's my boo. But he don't know he's my boo. Like, I'll say little stuff like that. Because the fact that at the time I started noticing that I started liking him, you know what I'm saying? So, and I know people's like, what's going on? You have to go through the storyline to understand what's happening with him. But his name changed. I'm not even going to say his name or who he is anymore because he's irrelevant in my life anymore. Yeah, so I end up really liking Homeboy, right? So so she's like, yo, everybody would ask about him, like, how's he doing? Because everybody knows the time frame when he's calling me. Even if he's calling me, baby, I'm like answering the gate, like with him on my phone, like, because he was like everything to me, right? So, Bill ended up calling me, and Bill, like, he was cool, but he was boring, like boring. Like, I never met somebody so boring. Like, I am a type of person, like, that's what made me like Sun Sun. Because even though Sun Sun wasn't the most attractive dude, Sun Sun was the type of dude, like, his personality was everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's even like when I was dating Gene. Gene wasn't the most attractive, or Trifling's brother. There's certain dudes that's not my type of guy. Like, that's not my, they're not mine. Well, Gene was okay, but Trifling's brother wasn't my type. You know what I'm saying? There's certain guys that's just not my type of guys, you know, and I'll date them. And it's just like, cause, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, they're nice. There's a lot of people that's just not my type of people. I will date them because they're nice. You know what I'm saying? So, he was like boring, and the thing about him, he was ugly to me. So it was like, you're boring and you're ugly, but all you would talk about is your money. Like, and I don't like guys like that always brag about how to get girls, how to get money, yada yada. I really don't be giving a shit. Like, I don't care about your money, right? So he used to call me a lot. So at the time, you know, when he started coming around, like, he'll call, but he used to know when to call. Like, he'll call, like, after I hang up the phone with that dude that was locked up, he will call me, right? He'll call me all the time when I come out of work. That day my car was having problems, because I told you I used to have a lot of problems with my Chevy. So my car was having problems, so he was like, yo, where are you? I said, I'm at work. He said, how you getting home? Usually Sun Sun would give me a ride, but I didn't really feel like going with Sun Sun. I was like, yo, I just want to walk. Like, sometimes I just feel like walking. I just like being in my mental. I like to walk. That's my thing. So I'm like, yo, I'm heading home. He's like, where you going? I said, oh, I'm walking to the bus stop. He's like, oh, okay, I'm already in the area. I can come get you. I'm like, oh, fuck. I don't really want to go with him, right? So he comes pick me up, whatever, and he was talking about how good I look, and yada yada. But I don't understand. People always talking about good. Baby, my hair, the pants was so big on me. My uniform pants was huge, and my shirt was never like tucked in. Baby, I was not a security officer. Baby, I didn't care about the uniform. Baby, all I cared about was my hair, my nails was done, and that's all. Okay. And so he comes and he's like, yo, I'll give you a ride. But that day, my son's father, I remember my son's father had my daughter, my daughter's father had my daughter. So I was like, alright, fine. So he comes meet me, and he's like, alright, let's go out to eat. Let's go to a movie or something, whatever. I was like, I really don't want to. First of all, I have my security office. I don't want to, and I don't want to get dressed. And at the time, I was living at my uncle's house. I didn't feel like going home. My uncle asked me, where am I going? Like, it was just too much. So I'm like, yeah, maybe we could reschedule. Okay, I'll drop you home. I'll bring you to, I'll find somewhere to, let's just go get something, McDonald's or something. I said, yeah. So he gets in the car. He's like, here. I'm like, oh my God, another one with these cars. Like, I don't know why every dude do that. I don't know if it's just like a sexy thing, or they just, I don't know what it is. It's like, here. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to drive. Like, I kept saying, I said, I really don't want to drive. He said, nah, if you're my woman, and you my woman, and I just want to see how good my girl look driving my Range. Like, ugh. Like, I don't know. I don't like stuff like that. It's not sexy to me. I don't really care about material things. I don't. If it ain't for me, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, okay. So, baby, I don't know how to drive. This is when I really like. Well, thank God I know how to drive okay. I know how to drive my car. You know what I'm saying? I had my Chevy. You know what I'm saying? So this is when I started to drive better. Okay? So, he makes me drive, and the car is wide, bro. Mad big, you know. It felt like I was driving a school bus. This shit was huge, bro. So I'm driving the car, I'm driving mad slow. People honking me, beep, move out the way, bitch. I was so scared. Like, yeah, then he ended like, he's like, okay, Tasha, you want to pull over? I said, yeah. And then he pulled over, because he's like, the rate we going, we ain't ever getting to the food place. I said, baby, like, drive your car. So he's driving my car. He's trying to teach me how to drive, like all men do. And he's like, baby, because he's like, baby, you're going to have to drive my car, because this is going to be your car. Like, I said, oh, okay. I said, that's okay. I have a car, so I don't need to drive your car. He said to drive my car, because I want my woman to be, for everybody to know that you own me and I own you. Like, and I said, oh. Like, and if you know I don't like you, I don't talk much. If I like you, I will have conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will ask about, I didn't care. I just wanted to go home, right? So then we get in the car, we go out to, I don't remember where we went to eat to, but I didn't go out. We went, he ordered out, he got the food, was in the car, we was talking, and he was just talking about himself the whole time. Like, whole time, right? Yeah, so we was talking the whole time. So he comes and he's like, you know, tell me like how he likes me, you know, how he really wants to be with me. Yada yada yada, you know what every dude says. And I said, yeah, right now I'm not really looking for a relationship. I just kind of want to be by myself. He said, do you have anybody else? I was like, nah, not really. I don't really, because I really didn't. I was like, no, I don't have nobody else. I just want to be there by myself. He said, but you're mad pretty, like you don't think. And I think like people don't understand, like just because people think, you could think I'm pretty, someone else could think I'm ugly. Someone else could be like, yo, she ain't even all that cute. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could look at me and be like, oh yeah, she's mad pretty, and someone else look at me and be like, she's mad ugly. She's not even that cute. You know what I'm saying? There's people that look at Beyonce and don't think Beyonce's pretty. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm not gonna sit there and say, okay. I said, yeah, but I can't be everybody's cup of tea. He's like, that's hard to believe. That's hard to believe. The whole Stacy's love you. I said, not really. I said, there's people that talk to me, and there's dudes that don't even look at me. You know, there's guys that don't like black women. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh yeah, I'm pretty. I'm just that. I'm very nice. So I feel like a lot of people are comfortable with me, and some people fall for me because I'm really nice, and they feel as if like I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like not knowing that, baby, I'm a woman just like the other woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably worse than your wife. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, nah, I just feel like I'm comfortable with you. You know, the lines that everybody says. So I said, okay, so, you know, it's fine. You know, okay, appreciate it. Yeah. Alright. He drops me home. So he thinks this is a routine, but the thing is, Sun, I feel like that that's how his connection was with me, because after I found out he was married, Sun will still drop me off and pick me up until I got my car fixed, right? So I told you, Sun paid for everything for my car and all that. Maybe don't worry about it. So my car was having problems, so Sun would pick me up. That was like our routine because we both worked the same shift. So at the time, that dude now, Bill, feels as if like Sun shouldn't be picking me up. That should be his priorities, and that should be his responsibility. So I said, okay, whatever. But that time I worked early. I didn't work my 7. No. Yeah. I worked early. I worked the double, but I didn't work till 11 because that day, I forgot there was a reason why we left early. So I got there like 9. I left like damn near 7, right? Because let me explain why. So I left. So Sunset was gonna drop me off, but because it was early, I said, you know, I'll just take a bus there. The bus there, it's early. You know what I'm saying? I'll just take the bus there, and then in the afternoon, you know, if Sunset wants to drop me off, he can, or I'll just take the bus. Like I don't have no problem taking the bus. Right, so I'm going to the bus stop, whatever. So I said, well, Bill calls me and Bill says, hey, I'm in the area, and I can come pick you up, right? And then I said, okay. I said, well, today I don't get off at 11. I get off at 9. So he said, okay, just let me know, say the word, let me know what time you want me there. I'll be there. I said, okay, whatever. So, I go there, whatever. I go there, and I'm like hanging out. I'm doing my thing, whatever. I'm at work. I'm talking, you know. But today was a half a day, so everybody's kind of low-key chilling. There's no trucks coming in and out like that. We're mostly chilling. Everybody's talking. We're all low-key. Like it's like my booth is the chill spot, right? But Sun's talking to me for a while because Sun is working the shift, whatever. That's when he got promoted. So we're talking. We're having a conversation. So Bill comes early. And he parks his car. Like literally, here's my booth, and the parking lot is right here. So he parks his car right next to the booth. So me and Sun's talking, but I don't know why Bill thought that I was gonna stop talking to Sunset to come talk to him. You're my ride. It's not like you're my man, because like when my son's father used to come, I would kiss on my son's father because that was, you know, at the time, that's, you know, that was my man, but you're not my man. So Sun call comes, so thing comes, so I was like, I have to do my paperwork. I gotta make sure everything's organized for the next shift tomorrow, right? So I just Sun go to do his thing. Bill comes, Bill texts, he's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm like, yeah, I know, I opened the gate for you. Like, what the fuck? So now the dude that was locked up calls. So it's around like 7 o'clock. So you already know if he calls, I don't give a fuck about nobody. That nigga's my priority. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking on the phone. I'm whatever. So now Bill's calling me. I'm not answering. I can't answer because number one, I'm on the jail call. So I cannot answer. So Bill keep calling me. I said, what? Why you keep calling me? He's like, because I want to talk to you. I said, bro, I'm about to get in the car. Like, now I'm starting to be rude. Like, yo, you keep calling me. I'm trying to have a conversation with my future husband that ended up disappointing me in the end, right? So I'm like, yo, boy, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So he kept calling me. Mind you, he's right there, right? So I said, yeah, and then I had to put him on mute because homeboy was talking to me, so I couldn't go. So I went around and said, yo, I'm on the phone. He said, yeah, but I'm here. I said, yeah, I know. I get off at 9. Wait, you came early. I cannot talk. This is my job. Like, he's like, oh, he's talking to other people. I said, yeah, these people work here. So I'm having a conversation with this person. I will talk to you when I get in the car. Like, stop doing that. I tell you, that's my biggest pet peeve, when a man does this calling back. I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, stop doing that shit to me. I don't like that, right? Mind you, right there, bro. So, I'm done talking to the dude that was locked up. And then I said goodnight, we said our goodnights or whatever. But, he called me twice. Remember I told you he called me at 7 and then he calls me at 9. So it's at 8:30 and 9. He calls me at a late time, right? So it was like he calls me at 7. It was 7-ish. And then he calls me another time again that it goes up to 9, right? So we're talking, right? So he hangs up. He's like, alright, I'm going to call you back. That's how it was. Because he used to call me twice until, he fell in love, right? So we're talking again. We're talking, whatever. So he said, I'll call you back. So I go talk to him. I said, what do you want? Why do you keep calling me? Because I don't like that. And then he's like, yeah, because I'm calling you and you're not answering. I said, why do you want me to answer? You're right here. He's like, yeah, because I miss you. Like, that's just, I don't know. I don't like men like that, okay? I like men that's a man, okay? Like a man. I don't know, because I miss you. Like, if I miss you, actually, you should answer the phone because I miss you. I said, yeah, you're right here. Like, okay. So then now, homeboy calls me a second time. So now I'm going to my booth. So I was like, alright, I'm going to go in my booth. I don't know if you want to leave and come back at 9, or I can take the bus. Like, now I'm turned off, right? I said, I can take the bus. There's no problem. He's like, nah, I'm already here. Like, whatever. I'll just do that hour here. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you here for? So homeboy calls me the second time. I'm talking to homeboy. We're having a conversation. Like, we're really deep. Like, that's how our conversations is. We'll get really deep, or we'll talk about our letters or whatever, right? So we always say, I love you too. We hang up the phone. So now homeboy's in the car now. He's asking me about homeboy. So he's like, oh, who's homeboy? I said, oh, this is my best friend. I've been friends with him for years, best friend. Because, I already told you, I keep it buck. At a point, he was my best friend. But then at a point, he was my friend. And then I considered him my best friend. And then, but I started having feelings for him. But then he ended up playing me, he ended up doing me wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so he ended up being he was my best friend. So I was like, oh, that's my best friend. He said, oh, well, if you're with me, you gotta have to cut that out. I said, well, then I won't be with you. He said, Tasha, you serious? I said, yeah, I'm not cutting my best friend for you. Absolutely not, right? And to think about it now, because homeboy wrote me recently, he asked about best friend. I told him what best friend did to me. He said, you see, and you was ready to drop me for you, and look what he did. He played you. I said, yeah, he did. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Karma comes back, and I'm Haitian. So anyways, right, so he was like, oh, best friend, he's like, you're not going to drop best friend. I said, no, right? So we're going back and forth. He's talking about, like, he don't like that. I need to be obedient. That's why he don't like about American women. Yeah. I said, yeah, whatever, right? So he brings me home. And, I kind of, like, didn't feel like talking to him because I didn't feel like arguing, right? Because I just met you. Like, you should be nice. This is the nice stage. So, okay, fast forward, he keep trying to talk to me. And this is the time frame that me and my son's father reunite. Okay, that'll be a whole nother story time. So, me and my son's father reunite. So, me and my son's father reunited. Now, I got put on my son's father. Now, if you guys don't know, my son's father was my crush since I was young. But not even a crush because he's cute. My son's father's personality was the dopest personality back in the day. And the way my son's father is, like, I used to really like him. I don't think he was cute, like, oh, he's attractive. He wasn't attractive for me, but he was like a type of person that I really liked. You know what I'm saying? So, so they end up putting me with my son's father, and now me and my son's father's talking. So now I have to figure out how to get rid of little Bill here, okay? So I'm like, okay, so homeboy used to come, he'll try to like pick me up, but now I'm trying to avoid him. So he'll pop on my job, he'll keep popping up, or he'll wait for me in the corner store, and yeah, it was like insane. So then, I end up going on social media, right? And you know, sometimes Facebook has a way of recommending people you might know, and that's the craziest thing I would say. So it's like people you might know. So I'm on my phone and his profile comes up on my thing, and I'm like, oh, this is little Bill. Oh, he looks uglier in the phone picture. So I'm just going through his picture. I'm like, oh, but I'm not really snooping because I really don't like him. And then he's talking about his girl with his Range Rover, the love of my life, me and my girl, and she had like a daughter, you know what I'm saying, that looked like, you know, well, she looked like a mixture of them. You know what I'm saying? Kids grow into their looks too. So, you know, him and the daughter, him and the baby mother going on trips, blah, 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 yada, yada. So I said, yes, now I have a reason to cuss you out. Like, sometimes I love cussing men out, no lie. I'm working on that, right? So I said, yes, I have a reason to drop him, right? So he comes that day, so he's like, yo. So I played it off like I really wanted to see him. I wanted whatever. So I was like, oh, I want to see you. You're right, I need to stop talking to don't be like me. I said, I really need to stop talking to him. My best friend, I need to. I believe that. Okay, because now I want to go with my son's father. So now I have to find a reason to get rid of him, right? So he comes up, he comes to come chill with me, he comes, you know, whatever. So then I go on his page and I said, he's like, oh baby, I need you to drive the Range Rover, like, you know, the same line. So I said, I was like, I don't think that's a good idea for me to be driving your Range Rover. He said, why not? And I went on his page, I said, who's this girl? Who's her? I'm gonna say her name is Jalissa. Who's Jalissa? And he's like, oh my god, those pictures are mad old. Mind you, they were not mad old. He says mad old. Sometimes you gotta do stuff for the kids and all that crap, that they're co-parenting and she don't have nowhere to live, she's temporarily living with him, yada. I said, well, I can't do it. He's like, Tasha, please, I really like you. I already know that we will go far, yada yada. I was even looking at apartments and nice cars for you. Like, bro, please, sir. You can't. I said, well, instead of looking at apartment and nice cars for me, why don't you look for an apartment for your baby mother that lives with you? He's like, oh, it's temporary. You're not going to understand it. You know, you're not going to understand it. You know, black Americans are a little different. I said, I am not black American. I'm Haitian. She's like, you're Haitian? I didn't know you're Haitian. He said, so then he started speaking Creole like, oh, de nous comprendre, nous connaît pour faire pour petit monde, et pour nous faire pour petit monde, connaît, même si on parle même monde, pour petit monde, ou maman, papa, na kala. Like, sir, he's like, oh, you have to see that the mom and the dad is supposed to be in the house. It's, you know, sometimes it's not for you, it's for the kid. Yada. I said, yeah, but I can't do it. I'm too jealous. It ain't gonna work out. He said, Tasha, please, I wanna show you, and blah, blah, blah. I just say the word, I'll drop her, I'll make her leave the house. Like, first of all, I'm like, you're not gonna drop her, okay? And she has your baby, okay? I have nothing. She has your baby, okay? So I said, nah, that's alright. So I dropped him. Yeah. So I will do a follow-up story time. Maybe I have a couple of follows, so I need to do a follow-up story time about Greg, and then I'll do a follow-up story time because Bill has a lot. Well, you don't have a lot. It took a little while for me to drop Bill because Bill goes into my son's father's stories. Yeah. But anywho, baby. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.